Hello friends, hello, and welcome to the Simply Josephine channel. This is going to be an episode vlog podcast, and it is episode 12. I'm super excited to share what I've been up to. It's been so long since I've done an episode that I'm really looking forward to this one. My name is Dacia, and I am the person behind everything at Simply Josephine. I have a website, simplyjosephine.com. I'm Simply Josephine on Instagram and TikTok. So please feel free to check those out. All right, I know it's been so long since I've done an episode. I didn't do one this past fall, because so many people came to visit with COVID and everything. Everybody's travel plans and schedules were all mixed up, but everybody decided to come visit me in the fall, so that worked out really nice, and I didn't really have a chance to do anything new sewing, botanical dyeing wise, so I just did the rose hip video and moved on. So anyway, now that it's the new year, 2021, I've had some time to just chill out and focus on botanical dyeing. So I had an idea to just buy clothes and dye them. So I chose to order some clothes through Dharma Trading Company, which is, they do sell some botanical dyes, but they're mainly like a tie-dye company. You know, they sell a lot of dyes for tie-dyeing, but they also sell a bunch of clothes and other things, and all kinds of fabrics. Rayon, cotton, I mean, you name it. So I decided to order some clothes from them, and I wanted a variety of fabrics. I wanted to experiment with some rayon and some cotton and some, some stretchy fabric, cotton that has a little bit of spandex in it, like yoga pant material, that type of thing. And silk as well. So I placed my order with them, and just for my own personal, I'm not ordering a bunch of things to make and sell, although Dharma Trading does have it lined up that way. Like if you are going to dye commercially, with each garment that you buy, it goes down in price. So that's a good thing, for future reference, or if that's your thing. But for me, I decided I just wanted to go with basic dyes that I had been, saving up, and the clothes in my size. So some of the dyes that I'd been saving up were, of course, just your usual kitchen scraps. Onion skins, avocado pits and skins, and I saved some marigolds. I have never dyed with marigold before, and whew, will I be doing it again. Very, very vibrant. And so I did those, and then I decided to do, there were some past dye projects that didn't turn out too well. And so I wanted to dye with, do some over dyeing. And I thought cochineal would be really good for that, but it did not pick up the cochineal dye at all. It was totally bizarre. So I don't know. I've now put those fabrics aside, and they will be in the next episode and my next dye project, which will be black walnut. So I harvested some black walnuts after they fell to the ground last September or October. Anyway, they've been fermenting in 5-gallon buckets. So that's going to be my next dye project. But today's episode, we're talking about these dye projects. So I will start at the beginning. So the first thing I did was I weighed out my fabrics, and I wrote those down so I would know the right amount to use. So all of my fabrics came to about 1,000 grams. So I used alum acetate, which you can purchase from Botanical Colors. If you're not familiar with Botanical Colors, I would check them out for sure if you are interested in dyeing your clothes and mordanting. They make a beautiful, it's an excellent mordant. So, and the alum acetate is recommended for cotton and other cellulose fibers, which is mostly what I'm dyeing here. Although I did dye the silk, I did not mordant that. So I also, so for every 100 grams of dry goods, I add 2 teaspoons alum acetate. So for my 1,000 grams of fabric, that was 6.5 tablespoons. And I just put kind of warm water, not hot. I just fill up a 5-gallon bucket, not full because you're going to want to put your fabrics in there to mordant. So I just filled up my bucket outside, mixed these with a mask on because this is super fine, powdery, and if you breathe any of this alum acetate in, it's going to mess you up. So wear your mask or just be way out of the draft because it's so powdery it kind of kicks up as you're mixing it. So I mixed my alum in the 5-gallon bucket, put all my freshly washed clothes. I washed all the clothes that I was going to dye, put them in the bucket. I just put the lid on the bucket and I left that in my laundry room for overnight. And then I started to prepare the dye baths. So I decided to do the avocado pit and skins separately. So I will start with this is the silk fabric that it's just a silk sarong. Although it's kind of small in my opinion, but it's very sheer, so it can kind of be bunched up and tied around you. I think it will be nice for paddle boarding, a nice paddle boarding cover this summer. So silk, I did not mordant. This is just avocado pit dyed silk sarong. Super pretty, very, very sheer and lightweight. Not mordanted avocado pit. And then I did a round 2 avocado pit. I had originally dyed these with hibiscus, and I wasn't happy with the color, and it just really seemed like it was washing out. After I had rinsed them out of the dye pot and then put them in the washing machine, it was like all the color was pretty much gone. So I cooked down the pits again in more water and then dyed these socks. So these are just over the knee socks. I really like to wear these socks skiing because they come up so far. They come up over the knee, so they're nice for winter time, cold weather with leggings, and I wear a lot of leggings, so I like the over the knee socks. And then I also ordered these little tanks, half tanks, bralette type tops. So these are spandexy. They have a little bit of spandex and cotton, I'm sure. Yes, spandex and cotton. So I ordered a few of these. So this is also done in the second round avocado pit. So, and in a separate dye pot, I boiled down the skins and I did both of these for quite a few hours, like several times throughout the day. I'd throw the pot on the wood stove and, you know, pull it off, and then with gloves I'd break up the pits, break up the skins. You can mix them together. I've done that before. I just had a lot of pits and a lot of skins, so I decided to do 2 separate baths, but you can do whatever you want. I ordered, these are 100% cotton, I'm sure. Yes, 100% cotton pants from Dharma, and these are just the avocado pit. Isn't that nice? I have the grams too. So I did 205 grams of skins to get this color. And then I did 670 grams of stones to get these bright colors. So that's a lot. I mean, I don't eat avocados constantly, but you know, I had a jar full of dried skins for sure. So moving on, I didn't write down what I did for the marigold because I had just a pint jar of dried marigold heads. So very few. It was pure experiment, but wow, look at this color. This is just a few marigolds. So I've put my order for seeds in. I've ordered lots of marigolds. It's now going to be something I grow and dry throughout the summer so that winter time, next winter, I can do a lot more dyeing with the marigold. I mean, this is nuts how vibrant this is. Beautiful, beautiful color. And so this was dyeing up so well, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I'll throw some more things in the pot. So this, I had dyed in the past with avocado. And just from wearing it and being in the sun, these botanical dyes, they fade. You know, they aren't RIT dye, so they do fade. So this was avocado pit dyed, and it had faded quite a bit. So I just grabbed this out of my drawer and threw it in the marigold pot because, I mean, my goodness, this was the color I was getting. So this is it, you know, this soaked up most of the color, and then, but there was still plenty left. And so I threw that in, and this was not mordanted, and this is nylon. This is just a slip. I've got this thing for slips, and I just buy them at the thrift store when I see them. I like them. These synthetic fabrics take dye really well usually. This one wasn't mordanted. Like I said, I was kind of in a panic and throwing colors in because I had no idea that I was going to get this color from marigold. Well, I knew I was going to get this color, but not that vibrant. So that's the marigold. And then now we're going to move on to onion skins. So I was gifted some onion skins from somebody, and she had been saving them for years to do a dye project, and then she just said by the time she had saved those for a few years, she was kind of over it and was like, I'm not worried about doing it my own natural dyeing. So she gifted me, and it was like a feed sack full of onion skins. So I had a lot of onion skins to work with, but I will say at your grocery store, when you fill up your onions, often in the bucket, in the bulk section, in the bottom, or whatever they have that the onions are in, the bottom is full of skins. So I just fill my bag with those skins when I'm buying onions, so that I end up coming home with a big bulk amount of extra skins. So, because you just want to use the papery outer layer of the onion. And in fact, I will grab some here and show you. So you just want this part, just the papery part there. So that's a good way to do it. Or you can also ask the person who works at the produce store if you can have their skins, because at the bottom, they get like 50-pound bags of onions, and at the bottom it's all skins, and they just throw that away. So you can also ask your grocery store too for the skins. So the onion skins, I did quite a bit. I did 312 grams of onion skins. So as you know how light onion skins are, that was quite a bit. But I did dye a bunch of things. I dyed another one of these bralettes. So this is in the onion skin. Isn't this beautiful? I love this color. The onion skin color is one of my favorites for sure. And then something else I had purchased from Dharma was this jumpsuit. And this is rayon. This is 100% rayon. So I really like this. It's got the wide leg pants and, a nice pocket. Anyway, I think this is going to look really good with this under it. This onion skin little tank. Anyway, I think that'll look good. That is kind of the nice thing about botanical dyes, is they all kind of go together. Like, even this looks all right, with the onion skin. So, mordanted in the alum and 100% rayon. It dyed up beautifully. So I'm looking forward to enjoying that as soon as our weather warms up. And so I also dyed some regular fabric with the onion skins. Now these are yellow onion skins. I was gifted a bag of the yellow onion. So this is yellow onion, not red. Red onion produces a little more chartreusey, and I hate to even use the word chartreuse, but it's a little more greenish yellow in a way, but also very vibrant as well. I like the red onion, but these are yellow onion. So with this fabric that I dyed, I made a couple of aprons. And these are available in the shop. I only have 2 of them. So, nice front pocket. Onion skin dyed. So, made a couple of those. And that is about it. The bralettes, the tanks, the silk sarong, cotton gauze pants, the jumpsuit, socks. And then, since I I was in the dye mode, I said I wanted to over dye or re-dye this. This was from a dye project. Oh my goodness, a few times back. And it did not take the color well at all. So then I thought, oh, I will cochineal this. And then it didn't even pick up the cochineal. So I don't know. I do a lot of experimental sewing. So a lot of times when you try a pattern for the first time, you want to use crappy fabric. So I think that's probably what I'll end up doing with this one. In fact, I just got the assembly line apron dress pattern, and that's what I'm going to be working on next. So I'm pretty excited there. And I have ordered a few sarongs. I want to try doing some eco print. So that's what I got coming down the line. Eco printing sarongs, maybe to sell, not sure yet. I got the black dye walnut, and I want to experiment with the assembly line apron dress. So that's what is coming next. But here it is, and I think I don't really have a whole lot of tips and tricks other than save your kitchen scraps. Use a mordant for sure, and there's lots of information out there on mordanting. This company, Botanical Colors, they've got lots of blogs and little write-ups about how to use their products and things and their mordant. And then I just follow the directions in this book, which I can't say it enough. I've got lots of dye books, but this is my favorite. So that's a good one. The Modern Natural Dyer by Christine, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, Vejar. And so I think that about covers it. I didn't talk more about my cochineal. So during that cochineal disaster, I was like, oh, so I've got this cochineal dye bath going, so I might as well just dye. When I am at the thrift store, I will buy just white clothes. So this is dyed in the cochineal. And I had a few other things that I had dyed in the past with cochineal, but again, botanical dyeing, your stuff fades in the sun. And our corner of Montana, the corner of Montana that I live in, is very sunny in the summer, lots of sun. So my botanical stuff fades really quickly, I think. So I re-dyed this. This was dyed with cochineal, and it had faded. And so had this skirt. In fact, you can still see some fade there. So I just popped those back in the cochineal dye bath for a little while to get a little more color. It was pretty exhausted, but after this was taken, but I figured might as well throw the stuff in. And so that's what I did. That's my clothing. I had a lot of fun with it, and I really think if you want to experiment with botanical dyes, buying some white clothes or scouring your thrift store for white clothes is a great way to start, and see what you like there as far as that goes. Yeah, so I think that about covers it. We have been having a very mild winter, which is a bummer. We are not getting any snow, and here we are about ready to slide into February, although February is predicted to have above average moisture, so hopefully we get that moisture because it's just very dry and no snow, which is a bummer because I love to ski. Skiing's one of my favorite wintertime activities. And yeah, all is well here. My son moved out. He graduated from high school early, and he ran off to college, community college, which is about 70 miles away one way. So he's not too far away, but it sure is nice to see him when you don't live with him on a regular basis. You really get to missing your kids when they move out. So that's been kind of an adjustment, and it happened so quickly. And because he will be 17 in this spring, so he's a baby still. But it's nice to see him really staying focused in what he wants, and just experiencing some of those things that life throws at you when you first venture out on your own. And I really like his girlfriend, which is really nice because I feel like she kind of helps keep him in line. So that's been interesting, having a child move out, and just kind of opens up a little more space for creativity, because he sure loved the baked goods. He loved cookies. So I have baked for the past 17 years. I have baked cookies at least once a week. And then to go to never baking cookies again, it's kind of weird, because my daughter, she could care less about cookies. She'd rather have just a little dish of chocolate chips. So to go from baking all of these cookies and muffins, that's another thing. He was a little muffin addict. So I was always baking muffins too, and now it's like poof, there's extra time for creativity. So if you're feeling like you can't do stuff because your kids need tending to, or things cooked for them, it is just going to go by in a blink, and then they're going to be out on your own, and you're going to have lots of time for yourself. So, yep, just enjoy the sweetness. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you next time, and happy wintering wherever you are, and bye.